Media around the world finds itself in a difficult place. And I mean, I'm thinking back over time, and I can't remember ever hearing media bosses saying that it was a good time for media. It's always been a bad time for media as far as in my lifetime, yeah? But the challenges now are existential. And so businesses have to innovate. And one of the things when you are not working with a huge bureaucracy and you have these legacy responsibilities and a legacy ethos and a traditional way of doing things, when you don't have those shackles, you can be nimble, you can be adroit, you can be quick-witted, and you can make adjustments. And that's what we're doing here at Nationwide 90 FM. And I say that because of what we saw yesterday in the demonstrations that we had during CliffViews Online and during Nationwide at 5, where the Revo revolution is concerned, the website and the app that we are launching. And listeners should know that this is not a vanity project. It's not a shiny new toy we're building just because we want to say, well, look, we have a shiny new toy. There are significant threats to our business. We can tell you that what you've heard in the public domain from some public officials about what they want to see happening to Nationwide has translated into direct messages to us here at Nationwide saying what they will do. And it's not because they have verbalized these threats and made it clear and direct. There's no equivocation about what some people are praying on their knees at nights to be in a position to do to Nationwide. It's not because of those things why we have taken the route of adroitness, quick-wittedness, decisive moves, and trying to ensure our survival. It's simply because we want to survive. There are a lot of young people here working, a lot of other people here working who have given a lot to the cause over time and who we owe it to them and ourselves to put ourselves in a position to continue regardless of what happens in the next few weeks, regardless of what happens at the next general election. And so a lot of work has gone into this Revo website and Revo app to give Nationwide a platform from which to start saying hello to the future, from which we'll start opening our arms in embrace of the future, because we see where media is going. Newspapers not selling, media businesses all around struggling. The big bureaucracy, as I noted, that has failed. That time has come and gone. The time when you had to buy a newspaper to read, to inform yourself. Old time days, something that, yeah? And we have to change with the times. And so I emphasize the Revo website and app that we are not hinging our future on, but which is a large part of what we will be in the next weeks, months, years to come. It is a necessity in this business environment where you have to adapt, where you have to embrace change, where you have to anticipate change. And it makes no sense you anticipate change and don't change with change. So we are doing that to offer you more value as a Nationwide listener and to put us in a position to do our work even better and to ensure that as they teach us in those business courses, you know, being a going concern is of utmost importance. Your business continuing, you can see it continuing for the next 10, 20, 25, 30 years. You know, it continues in perpetuity. That's why we're about Revo. And we hope to share some more information with you later this morning on what Nationwide's future will be supported by and how we are innovating. You see, CliffViews is a man who we tease him about, you know, not being up with technology, you know, and it's true, and he doesn't try to hide that, but he thinks and he's sharp mentally, yeah, and he recognizes the threats in the environment and recognizes that he needs to leave Nationwide whenever he chooses to do so in a position where it can not only survive, it can thrive. It would have been easy for him, yeah, to say, well, make my name, make my whatever, and I can just, you know, ease myself out. But not thinking that way, because this thing is too valuable, and this thing has been too important to let wither on the vine. Yeah, I spoke about withering on the vine earlier this week, and I'm saying it again this week. We are not withering on the vine, and we are innovating, and we are moving, and we are nimble, and we're doing what some people can. The last point I'll make, Sandra, is this. Someone gave the example. It's a common example. They say that when you're trying to turn a cruise ship, if you turn that wheel, the ship not turn the same time. Like you drive a car, you turn, yeah. You turn and you take all half a day to go in the new direction, especially if it's a 180-degree turn. So some people can't do that because there are these behemoths. Yeah, you can't just nimble and turn. We are nimbly turning, we are changing, and we are enlisting your support on the journey. Yeah.